Boop. And boop. Hey, the buttons are on. Excellent. Cool. Let's make it happen, Captain. All right, that pinged as it's supposed to, because I'm lazy and things are automatic, aka efficiency. YouTube is up. Oh, my little dude subscription doodad blocks like my whole face. That's all right. My face isn't important anyway. All right, that's connected. That's connected. Twitch is live. Excellent. Excellent. That is what I like to see. A little bit later than I anticipated today, but hey, whatever. As long as I make progress, it doesn't matter. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to I Make Sword Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. That is on. I need to get my safety on and start doing some work. Hello there, Cryptid. Welcome. Good evening. Happy 10-ish p.m. your time. See, look at that. I told you I would stream tonight, and I didn't lie this time. I am just so professional. So professional, in fact, I will get on my safety equipment before I forget this time. Is my vent on? My exhaust is not on. Let me plug that in first. There we go. May as well get the exhaust fan pumping before I start getting the dust going everywhere. Ow, my skin. Ah, hello there, zombie. Welcome, good evening. I did a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of preparation yesterday. I fixed the channel points for Twitch, as well as the chat commands for YouTube for sound effects and stuff. Ah, coming to rub salt in the wound of victory, huh? Or the wound of my defeat, I should say. Can't believe both your victories over me were so dang close today in Mario Party. 2 spaces. You walked 2 spaces more than me, and that's what got you that bonus star and enabled you to win. Absolutely rude, I must say. Alright, this is set to 3/16. Hold that to the side. Gotta get those steps in. Yeah, we got plenty of steps in yesterday. Plenty. Alright, so the next step is going to be where some of this material down on the little corner boys next to the guard. Not next to the guard, they're part of the guard. Since those will be lower than the rest of the guard. I did kind of think about sanding the guard down, since it's not flat. And it would sort of give a better result if it were split, but at the same time, I'm not super worried about it.
Wow.
Hey, see, it worked. Told you I had it set up. Well, I'm surprised the sound effects work because I forgot to check that the bot was doing the right thing. Actually, I'm not sure how that worked. There we go. I refreshed the bot source. So the sound effects you just tried to use did not work. It should work now. But yes, chat command sound effects properly work through YouTube now. Wait. Why are we talking about breath? Okay, sure. Where did I get this large splinter from? Oh, right, fix juice. I feel like this is something you would have already figured out by now. So let me bring up the picture, the reference picture. I have a... There we go. We did a ramen taste test today. While I was out food shopping the other day, I found 2 different ramens, like the regular Maruchan soy sauce flavor, and then like a gold pack that was 4 times the price. That was also soy sauce flavor from the same brand. And the gold pack one was definitely higher quality. 4 times the price worth? I don't know. Probably not for me. But Miss Knight was a fan. Seafood broth box. I don't know if I've ever seen that either. Yeah. For 1 package of ramen, it was $2 whole. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Well, like, it gave you a legit pack of soy sauce, and the noodles were definitely much different than the cheap packs. Still, not something I would deem worth paying for, personally. Because I just added a little dash of soy sauce into the cheap stuff, and that did it for me for the flavor, and that was good. Nice bougie ramen. And granted, we didn't put anything in it besides like the noodles and the seasoning and all that. You want to flex on that? That's messed up. What was I even doing? Okay. Let's wear down some of these spiky holes. Alright, I'll probably go down about 1/4 of an inch. That'll enable me to get a good cone shape. Oh, dang it, I forgot to clean up my router. Alright, well, that's going to be tough to move that around, but no big deal. Lick the router? No. No, I will not. I'm just gonna take it off and clean it out now. It's gonna drive me crazy all night otherwise. Because it is just not gonna want to move. Getting this thing off when it's locked up like this is not fun. Actually, it's moving significantly better tonight than it was last night. Maybe it wasn't as stuck on as I thought, and it was just too overheated. That is also possible. Well, the use yesterday caused it to expand and wouldn't let it move. What would it hinder? It would just make it a lot harder, like it was yesterday, to move the guard up and down to adjust the height of the bit depth and how much wood it's chewing out. So, like, functionally, the tool would be fine. It just makes it harder for me to use, that's all. So you just gotta take the top off every once in a while. Get the dust out, which there wasn't nearly as much as I thought. Kikuman? Isn't that the soy sauce we have? Oh, do I have to do to clean the router? Just take this top off and get the dust out. I don't remember if you're supposed to, like... I just like to just blow the dust out of the inside bits. I could use an air compressor one day. It makes it a lot easier to get the dust out. Well, next time we order Chinese food, Just order extra soy sauce. We'll dump out the Kikkoman that we have, and just dump out the packets instead. Poked myself with the bit there. That was foolish. Should have had my glove on. Oh well. It didn't draw blood, so that's all right. Oh, they're so stingy now, are they? We get so many packets. Maybe I just think it's a lot because I don't care for it. And I'm the one that has to sort out the packets. Oh, wrong direction. Actually, no, I don't want to go too far down at once anyway. I will mill down about 1/8 of an inch at a time. Means multiple passes, but as discovered, every time you do this, it's always easier to go multiple passes, both on yourself and on your tools. Giant boxes of 500. Well, I mean, that's probably what they're buying too. All right, let's make sure this doesn't go anywhere. Because boy, would that be a pain. I do not want this thing traveling while I'm trying to work on it. All right, that's not going anywhere. Look, I was never a fan of Chinese food in the first place. All right. So we'll mill 1/8 of an inch off this spiky boy, flip it, do the same to the other side, and then go down another 1/8 of an inch, so that we'll be 1/4 inch down on all sides. And then we can move on to the other fun stuff. Yay! Still questioning whether I should bother to flatten this nail. Probably not. It's not really going to make that much of a difference, and I don't have an easy way to do it. So I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So this is locked in. That's good. That's cleaned up, plugged in. I have my safety stuff on. Glasses, mask, gloves, whatever. That's plugged in. That's going. Cool. All right, tool noise time. I'd say cover your ears, but the microphone will cut itself out for you, so you don't have to worry about it. At least most of it. You'll hear a light buzz probably, but that's all. I can get everything out. Make it so. Yes. Hello there, last man. Welcome in. How are you doing tonight? All right. Tool time. Can I just speak in an Irish accent? What? I'd have to actually work on that. That sounds difficult. Or difficult in the words of Bingo. Woo! That's got a bow I wasn't expecting. It's alright. I will keep it steady this way instead. It'll be just fine. Driving under the speed limit on the highway? Man, that must be just an absolute curtain of rain. Yeah, be careful, man. Driving in rain like that is scary. Lots some bad tires, oof. You definitely don't try to hydroplane. Just just be careful. Drive under the speed limit. Do what you gotta do. No harm in driving in that truck lane all the way to the right. If that's what keeps you safe. That's way more important than trying to rush home. All right, that's set to 1/4 inch. The only annoying part about doing this right now, that since the height is different, it's going to affect the depth I've got going on over here. But yes, definitely continue driving slower. Safety is important. That's why I'm decked out in PPE. Eating pizza rolls? Why? My man of culture. A hot girl in your area just messaged you? Awesome, you better reply quickly. Also, welcome in, Ender. Welcome in, awesome. Says the guy woodworking in his... These are OSHA approved carbon fiber slippers with grips on the bottom. Yes. Very safe, very approved. Yes, welcome back, Ember. The sword journey continues. Alright. Well, that wears down a bit of that. Oh, yes. Right. We need to wear down the second layer of the spikes on this side. Anyway, they are as even as they are going to be. Yes, obviously awesome. It's so great that you are just good at reading in between the lines there, awesome. Goodness. Oh gosh. Tickets to the what? What do you mean butt reveal? I've got a belt on and everything. Goodness. I don't think you understand. He left your name out. You don't get tickets. Gosh. All right. Well, at least that's worn down and amount. Okay, so cool. Butt reveal pictures. I don't remember that. I feel like I would know something about that. All right, push the router off to the side for a minute. Okay, I know I need to sand the blade. We gotta route the handle with a nice chamfer, as well as you got the handle and the pommel.
Shame.
Need a chamfer. Shame. The guard portion in here needs a hefty round over.
Shame.
Welcome in, Weird Collector.
Shame.
Welcome in.
Shame.
Thank you for the well appreciated and well deserved shame. And for the handle, it shouldn't be too bad. I just gotta draw a center line, as well as a line on the side for the depth of each sanding, so I can get like that beveled blade edge. It's not going to be too steep, because obviously if I make it too thin, it's going to be too weak and snap. But it's definitely going to be enough that it'll look much more blade-like. That's all right. I enjoy the shame trains, otherwise I would disable them. Let's see. Because I know I'm going to need my router to start the curve on these. And then I have like a mini grinder that will help too.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
As for the edges in
Shame.
here, rounding these over is going to be a huge pain in the butt. I'm not quite sure the best method for doing that. I don't have any bits. I'm probably just gonna have to do it the hard way. Just knock down the edges and sand it off. Which is not too bad, honestly. Especially since I have a miniature grinder. That'll be pretty quick. Pretty quick and easy seeing the job. The eye portions are going to be separate things that are tacked on afterwards, which we need to deal with, but that will be probably something I do after the first coat of paint, because they can be worked on separately while that paint dries. Just for the sake of some semblance of efficiency. Probably should have planned this out a bit better since I had all day to do so. Sort of. Most of the day was taken up by playing Mario Party, the new one that just came out, and Midnight destroying myself and Rex mercilessly every game that we played. Yeah, Schindler's List is very sad. Why would you watch that in a plane filled with people, man? We watched it in a history class, I believe, in high school, and it was just stupid sad. Oh yeah, no, we played, all three of us, we played 3 separate games today, three separate rounds. She beat us each time. No, the second and third game were incredibly close. The second game, if I had traveled 2 more spaces, I would have won. And if either myself or Rex won another mini game, then one of us would have won for the third game. She bribed Toad? Yeah, no, minigames. Mario Party always works out in Midnight's favor, no matter what happens. No matter how many hundreds of coins and dozens of stars I would have, on the last turn, she would just swoop in, steal them all, and crush my hopes and dreams and make me sad. And that's just how Mario Party is. Alright, yeah, because getting these down will be pretty easy. I guess I'll route the guard first, or the initial curve right here. Because I did get a little bit set from Home Depot. So I have a nice large roundover. And that'll knock down most of it. So, let's get the contrast. So that's a really hefty roundover. And that'll be good for knocking off the corners here that I need to get rid of. And then from there, I can just kind of blend and feather in with sanding and light grinding. Because they wanted you to cry, awesome, that's why. That's exactly why, and it's the only reason. Yes. Thankfully, this is the correct size for my router. I mean, if it wasn't, I wouldn't have bought it, obviously. That would be silly. There is my wrench. Here we go. Tighten that. Get this bit loosened and out of here. So we don't need this one right now. This thing's going to be hot, so let's not touch that. On the end, anyway. Yes. I had to widen the circle on this thing because it wasn't large enough to accept the red chamfer bit I was showing you guys yesterday. So that was fun. For this project, though. It was years ago when I first got that chamfer bit. Hey, that applies to most days there, Weird Collector. Good quote. Okay, so there are a few ways you can use these bits. But this one, I don't want to dig in to this pencil line right here, or the inner eye. So I'm going to make this bit flush, which is, the same level as the plastic guard here. Because you can, put a little bit further in, and then it cuts into here if that's the look you're going for, but that's not what I want. So I got to make it flush so it cuts nice and even without cutting into the material where I don't want it to. And if it's not quite deep enough, that's all right, because that's what sanding is for. The pizza rolls, they're causing it. Why? You're too young for indigestion. What are you doing, dude? You have a horrible gut biome? Well, get that stuff checked out, man. Go see a doctor. Get that fixed. Speaking of gut biome, I am going to go pee, so I'll be right back. Burp. Why is that there? That's weird. Why is BRB music still playing? Why don't you work like you're supposed to? Well, things are broken. Whatever, I'm just gonna mute it. Manually. Like a pleb. Oh. All you poor suckers on Twitch without a sub, you're about to face ads in 30 seconds. Sucks to be you. Which I think is only awesome. So sucks to be you, awesome. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had pizza rolls betray me besides them being too hot and then trying to eat them, but that's my fault. That's less pizza rolls betraying me and just more me failing to use common sense. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, consuming all this caffeine regularly is
Hello there,
kind of getting me there sometimes. Hey, what's up, Brownie? Yes, I said I was gonna do the thing, and here I am doing the thing. I just started, 3 hours later than normal. That's all. Also, hi, Brownie. Welcome in. It's okay, though. We're making progress. We're already making progress. We haven't gotten too far. You probably don't. You probably wouldn't be able to tell what the progress is. But that's okay. Progress is being made, and that's what is important. All right, before I go about routing this, I need to draw a center line so I know where to go to, so I can fit it properly. Oh yeah, how was your, I saw that your son got like super first place, like multiple times over. Taking small caffeine? I'm taking small caffeine at a time, I guess. All right, 2x4, 1.5 inch, so 3/4 approximate is the center line. So let me go ahead and do that. On each side, so I know where about the true center is. All right. Having an appropriate center line will help me when I am feathering the shape in, making it curve. So, again, it's a cheap 2x4 sword, so it doesn't need to be perfect. But I still want it to be pretty good. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've thought about it for years, but I've never actually bothered to make a wooden sword before. I just never had enough motivation. Yep. Probably should have made a simpler one first, but I never do that. And Cam got double first place. Jeez. GG, Cam. Tell Cam I said congratulations, young person. Let's see. All right, so we got the center line. Let me stop being an absolute baby and route these portions over. See, I gotta route here, 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 and here on both sides with this hefty round over, so I can start making some good progress on this guard. And then I'll be almost finished with the router, actually. I'll use it a bit on the handle and the pommel here, but other than that, it's all gonna be sanding and a little bit of grinding. Grinding with a grinder, not like grinding as in work. You need a shelf for all these trophies. That's only you knew a woodworker that could make you a shelf. Or you could just go to Walmart or something and buy a shelf. That's honestly much cheaper and faster. Yeah, Brownie, if you didn't raise such overachievers, you wouldn't be in this shelf-needing, trophy-winning predicament. Who does that? Putting the shelf on the wall, that's the easy part, honestly. I was thinking like a large shelf, but you know, you're not gonna, if you're like, just a little hanging shelf, that's pretty easy. Just get some brackets. Dude, break the, how would you even? Brownie, what? That's nothing to do with luck. It had everything to do with whatever you're doing to that wall. Jeez. Okay. All right. Surprise renovation. I mean, adding a shelf counts as renovation, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, so this is yeah, also the larger the bit and the more material you're taking off, the more aggressive it is. The more careful you need to be. Let me make triple sure this is nice and tight. It very much is. We are clamped down. We should be good to go. Going to sleep because you're old, zombie? I am sorry I started so late. It is completely 100% Midnight's fault though. So blame Miss Moxie, it's all her. She wanted us to play Mario Party all day, so that's what we did. So I started late. Sorry about that. I will probably finish all that I'm going to stream with this tonight. You can always watch the VOD later. And then in Discord, I will post pictures of how the painting is going along over the next few days until it's finished. Because there's no point in streaming like 10 minutes of painting. It was your fault that I was crying for hours that you beat me. 100%. Yeah, we bought the new Mario Party today because Miss Moxie here was super obsessed. Really good one, actually. The last one, or the last few, weren't very good, but this one is solid. Ah, for Christmas, nice. Yeah, she didn't want to wait for Christmas, so we decided not to for this one. All right, tool time. We are a fan of the Mario Parties, but I think there's 3 of them on Switch. Well, I guess 4 now. And like we liked one of them. I think it was the first one that came out on Switch, but then like the 2 ones after that kind of sucked from my memory, if I remember correctly. Because there was the one where you only had, you could only run around the game as like a party of 4, and it was really weird. We weren't fans of that at all. It did have a cool Bowser mode, but that was the only part that I liked about it. And I think the first one had a lot of fun games in it, like mini games, but like the boards were like really limited, and there wasn't much else to do. So it wasn't super fun that way. Oh, that's right. They remade a whole bunch of them. I don't think we didn't bother with that Mario Party because it was just a whole bunch of repackaged old ones. That's what it was. Yeah, that's why we didn't get that 3rd one. But we really like this one. I'm really hoping that they do some support and some DLC for this one in the future, like adding some boards and mini games and stuff like that. But we'll see. Hey, Toonie! This must be a rerun. I mean, you're not too far off. I'll have to welcome in, Toonie. Yes. So, while not super necessary, this does help me a lot with seeing the shape and where it needs to go. And how much further I'm going to need to take this with the grinder and my sander. Which technically my grinder can also be a sander at the same time. So, there's also that. Cool. That is a good start. Okay, so that got out a lot of that to start. So I'm definitely gonna get a whole lot more material off to get the curve I want. But this got a lot of the material. A lot of the big stuff off, which is nice. Go to work. Yeah, she just finished work. She's been working all day. It's time for Brownie to relax. Yeah, because you can see, got a lot of the corner off now. So it's got more of a curve. And I gotta wear down that curve a bit more. While it doesn't look bad at the curve that it has, it needs to be a bit more curved than it is and cleaned up to not have a whole bunch of gaps and stuff. And then continue the curve throughout all the other parts of the guard. Oh, hey Tony, did you finish Dead Space 1 already? I saw that you were playing Resident Evil yesterday. So I need to chamfer the guard, or chamfer the handle and the pommel. Type agendas for meetings, gross. That's not fun. I think it was the first Resident Evil. Judging from all the angles in the hallways. But I am not a Resident Evil resident professional, so you would have to ask Toonie to be sure. Come on, Bit. Stop being difficult and get out the router. We're done with you. You hear me? Done. Have to get out my other room. Leave the router facing up like that. There we go. Cool. That guy out. That one wasn't full on, thankfully. It didn't take off too much material with it. I need chamfer bit. Chamfer bit. I do have a couple size chamfer bits now. Thank you, True Prime. Making good progress since considering I started it Friday night and did not work on it yesterday at all. Also, welcome in. Happy evening to you, sir or madam. Where is... I guess that wouldn't be too much of a champ. chamfer just being like a right angle. Like this guy right here. Because it'll be chamfered along the handle as well as the pommel. Because in the picture, it's like nice and round on the handle, but that would be too weak. And then the pommel is just, spherical, but I don't have the amount of material that I would need to make that happen. So that's just going to get chamfered. I'm just trying to decide on what depth, how large the chamfer should be. Probably not too large. The one on the pommel on the bottom is going to be a bit larger than the handle. Oh yeah, I mean this, I haven't done a whole lot of cosplay, anything really. By a whole lot of, I mean I haven't done any. And this is my first sword. So, well, I'm not new to woodworking. I am new to sword woodworking and other stuff like that. But yes, it definitely does take time. And this is just made from 2x4s anyway. And it's going to be like a Halloween prop. So I'm not like I'm not being super precise with it. But it will, and I'm also not just going to do a crap job because I don't do bad work, because that's lame. Yes. So I do not have, I probably have to set up a guard system to get this even. Since I don't have a continuous run, which is a little unfortunate. Toonie, I have to read that like 3 times. What? Would your sword woodworking work while your wood was sword working? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Sure. Take your riddles and leave them back in Resident Evil because that's where they belong. Also, True Prime, if you feel like there's a better way I could do something that I'm doing, feel free to chime in. I appreciate any and all suggestions, because woodworking is an open forum / hive mind, and I take suggestions kindly, especially since I try to do new things all the time, and new things require new methods and input and things I'm not used to. I was like, Tootie needs to go to sleep. Nah. It's Yedek's fault. I mean, everything's Yedek's fault. That's fair. Yeah, I guess I could just, where are the little Scrappy-Doo cutoffs that I had? I gotta put them away. Yeah, these aren't even anyway. I wonder if this foam board here is an appropriate height. So that is close. Yeah, I could probably just double-sided tape on some foam board. That way I have an appropriate surface to write on, so I can chamfer this. That would be very convenient, actually. I think I might use that. Because it'll be much easier than creating something on the outside to write on. Master streaming with Irish accent? No, I am not going to do that. You're crazy. You'll be awake for 2 to 3 more hours. That's really late, Toonie. I'm not going to be awake that long. What is 11:49? Maybe 2 hours. I don't like going to bed past 1 o'clock, but I'm pretty motivated to do some progress. Where is my knife? Oh, dude, I think I left my knife in the garage. That's inconvenient. BRB. Not actually a BRB screen because it doesn't work very well. All right, found my knife. Excellent. Time to write. Y'all write even when I'm here. What's the difference? Difference is my phone went to sleep. Silly phone. Sleeping is not for you. Not right now. Okay. We got that, we got that. I don't know. Maybe I should round over the pommel instead of doing a chamfer. It would still look good. I might do that instead. I think I might like that better. Have just the handle chamfered. But like the picture, it's nice and spherical. I think it'll look more close. It'll look closer to the actual picture. No sleep till Brooklyn? I don't live anywhere near Brooklyn. Take me a couple hours just to get there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sand the shape for this to be a bit more round. And then give that a round over before we progress to the chamfer on the handle. Yeah. That'll get me much closer to a quote-unquote final shape for that area of the hilt. Let's break out the sander. Oh, man. Yep. Let me scoot you guys over for like the 30 seconds I'll be on the sander. Sleep and power tools don't mix. Ain't that the truth, man? I found that out the hard way. Lost some skin on my knuckles back when I worked at a wood shop. Alright, I am not gonna whack stuff. If I scoot over to here, scoot you guys over. There you go. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sand the shape on this, on the sides a bit more round. Yeah, I'm going to not hit the pole, which is fantastic. Cool. Sanding time. It has a much better shape than it was earlier. A better look at it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's much more rounded than it was a minute ago. Missing half your left thumb. Oof. You still have the thumb? Oh, I would absolutely keep it too. Yeah, I only lost a little bit of skin. It was nothing like that. I just, my hand slipped and bumped into the sander. Granted, it was a very large sander, but I retracted immediately. And at this point, these scars have gone away. So, no harm. Well, small harm, small foul that I learned from, thankfully. What is your favorite type of material to use while crafting your cosplays, True Prime? I hear foam is very good for cosplay stuff. This the 2x4s are just so happen to what I have on hand. Otherwise, I would never use 2x4s for carving. At least not after the first time. I found out that that was just a terrible idea. Not that I consider this carving, because this isn't like carving. No more thumb pain. Yeah. At least not on that hand. Goodness. Okay, so I'm going to use the same round over bit I did for the guard on the pommel. Just to keep that consistent. Get as much material off of here as possible. That'll get in the way. Let's put that back in. After I foolishly removed it. Yes, it's a good thing you didn't lose your entire thumb. Granted, losing any of it is neither ideal nor pleasant, but retaining as much of it as possible is preferable. There we go. Nice and tight. Let's make sure this is level with the guard. I take off the right amount of material, like I did with the other side. Cool. Close my knife. I don't need that open while I'm working and I'm not using it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having only a small part of your thumb missing is much better than losing your entire digit. That'd be so much more inconvenient. Alright, I need my clamps back on here. Got a clamp down here this time because I'm working on the pommel. Always have 2 points of clampage if you can. That way things don't move as much. It's significantly less hazardous. Yes, that is tight. That is plugged in. Oh yeah, I like the idea of that being round much better than the idea I had earlier. Glad I changed my mind. Ah, thrift store runs. All right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Look. Work on your skills, the more you have to. I only got into woodworking by happenstance. And recently I've been kind of dabbling in stuff like, oh, it's a bad angle. My apologies. Only somewhat recently, last few months, I've been dabbling in resin and clay and stuff like that and expanding my horizons. Yeah, but sewing is beyond me, and I don't know if I'll ever dip my toes into that. But again, I don't really do cosplay things so much. And if I did, I think I'd probably go into using foam. But yeah, who knows? Maybe enlist the missus to sew for me, I don't know. She's more into that than I am. All right, so that's all I should need. We'll round over a bit. Cool beans. So interesting. Thank you, Toonie. Thank you. Oh, you going to bed, Brownie? Well, you have a fantastic evening, Brownie. Thank you for popping in after your super long day of quiz coaching and all that stuff. I will let you know how this turns out and post pictures in Discord as we go along. I need my wrench. Will this be enough? No, I need both of them to take this bit out. Yep. There we go. Round over bit obtained. I'm going to use the larger red chamfer bit. Just to make sure I have the amount of room I need. This doesn't want to tighten without both wrenches. That's fine. There we go. Alright, chamfer bit in. Yeah, you did get a bit of the other stream. That is true. Yeah, so we've got the basic shape of the pommel, the guard. The cones are going to have to just be a lot of grinding and sanding, as well as the shaping of the blade. I might try and do a little bit of chamfering on here, just so I can see the shape of it better. As being more cone-like, they're gonna need to chew a lot of these corners off. You learned home ec back in school? I had a home ec class, but it was like watching a couple of videos on like basic etiquette and playing board games and stuff. That was the extent of our home ec. So not exactly the best, really. All right. I know I want to cut this in a way that'll give me something to write on top of. Because with this gap here, it's just going to be difficult to run it. Granted, this is not exactly super tough foam, so I will need to try not to squish it down while having the router on top of it. I'm glad I happen to have this and didn't throw it out yet. That this was just kind of sitting next to the trash can waiting to be tossed out. There we go. Hey, actually a good length. So now let me cut this in half. Actually, no, I shouldn't cut it in half. I'll cut it to the size I need it to be for the handle. That would make more sense. That's what it's gonna be on after all. Probably help if my blade wasn't so dull, jeez. Oh well. Excellent. What has been your favorite cosplay to create so far, True Prime? Let's cut a second one. We're gonna need to work on both sides of this handle. Need to cut more. Thankfully, I have enough scrap foam board that I can do that. All right. Get this out of my way. Cool, cool, cool. Yes, that's on. Whoa. Yeah, so having this here will just make it easier to use the router on the handle. Because with this gap here, it's going to be really hard for me to not knock into these woods and have the router get in the way of itself. So this being here, it's not perfect, but it'll make it a lot easier for me to get the shape on the router that I need, or the shape on the handle that I need. So right now, we are still doing mostly roughing to get the shape. The more refined portions will come after that, when I start doing the overall sanding and grinding down. Toshiro, Toshiro. Oh, which person is Toshiro? I love Bleach. I just finished watching recently on Hulu what they have up. Is that Captain of Squad 10? If I remember, Ice Kid. I'm Googling it now. Toshiro. Hey, I was right. I remember things sometimes. Awesome. I love that guy. He's cool. Cool. Pun not intended. But yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's your favorite. Like, how crazy all out did you go? Did you do them in like Bankai or something? Or is this like a Shikai kind of cosplay? I imagine Bankai being like darn near impossible to pull off. Just because of like the size, just the physically overwhelming size of like the ice wings you would need to make and the flowers and stuff like that. What was I doing? Tape. I need tape. Tape. I need my double thick tape. Probably won't stick very well, but just gonna have to make it work. Cat boy. Cat ice boy. All right. Hey, why not? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Yeah, I imagine his Bankai. Well, not impossible, of course. Because anything's possible. How are you, Blade? You suck. Okay, I'm switching sides with this blade. It's too dull. So dull that it came out of my knife. Alright, that's much better. I should have switched sides with my blade earlier.
Hi, I'm Life Potion, and you can call me an escalator.
Oh, hello there,
Because
Life
I let
Potion.
people
Welcome
down.
back. Welcome in. Thank you for the compliment, sir. I have made a small amount of progress thus far, or at least noticeably so. Alright, now I'm trying to work on the shape of the handle before we start going ham on sanding and stuff. Ooh, yeah, Bokan are a good con thing, because, like, you know, you can't bring real swords and stuff like that. And if you don't have sword-making things, implements, it's better just to buy a Bokan, especially since, you know, all the swords look the exact same in, you know, Bleachland, except for special captain swords. Granted, you know, Toshiro is a captain, but I'm pretty sure his looks the same in Shikai as everybody else's until he goes Bankai, in which case, actually, it might still look the same with Bankai as well. It's just he has the ice flowers and stuff like that. It's hard to remember. Making you a 6-foot tall Buster Sword? Man, nah, I'm good. Like, was that even 6 feet? You didn't know? Oh, dude, I love Bleach. I love Bleach. Bleach is one of my top 10 for sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, how did you not know about that? I don't know. Known me for years. And again, Bleach isn't like, you know, a hot topic or anything. It doesn't come up very often. Bleach is your number one? Oh, nice. Yeah, I enjoy Bleach quite a bit, both reading it and watching it. I recently finished the 1,000-Year War stuff that they had on Hulu, which granted is not done yet, but you know, progress. Yeah, there are some weird standouts, True Prime. Like Scalpel Guy. Like, oh, creepy dude. With his, like, poison baby sword. What? Oh, man, I'm so bad with names. But the science squad leader. Like, his sword is like a creepy poison baby sword thing. Oh, you got Ichigo's autograph? Nice. Tootie actually did have orange hair for a short stint there. Had nothing to do with Bleach, but... I mean, well, it had something to do with the physical item Bleach, sure. Oh, was it that bad, Potion? I would have been very happy with where the anime ended, or where the story ended, after the Aizen arc ended. Like, that would have been fine. That would have been a great place to stop the story, and then have like 1 or 2 movies to wrap up the loose ends of most of this stuff. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, I still like the manga and the show, though I have been somewhat behind. Because, like, the Aizen saga was absolute peak for Bleach, like absolute peak. Like I don't know how they could possibly beat it. Clearly, they aren't currently. Yeah, if that Discord link doesn't work, let me know. What am I doing? Oh yeah, but feel free to go into the Discord and 1, chat, and 2, post all your cool cosplay stuff in the creative section. That's where I post stuff like this, and Spoodly Doodler paints miniatures for Warhammer and stuff, and he also likes to post cool things in there. So any creative ventures you happen to go upon, make sure to post them in Discord. I'm kind of with you there too, Toonie. That's another reason why there are a lot of games I just choose not to play. Like forever games I try not to ever get into. And then like really long, like 100+ hour games, it's really hard for me to justify buying, because I'll probably never play them. Stuff like Sea of Thieves is good because you can just drop in and out of it whenever you want, and like it doesn't matter if you haven't played for a couple years or a couple months, because it's just like the core mechanics are going to be the same. But if there's like some super heavy 100+ hour RPG, like would I probably love it? Yeah, probably, as long as the story doesn't suck. But like the time investment, man, it's just too much. It's too much. Yeah, I feel like the only thing good about the 1,000-Year Blood War saga is that it's wrapping everything up and basically just cannon shooting information at you left and right, just to wrap up all the story points they left unfinished, which is great. That's the cool part. I like that. I like that they're actually wrapping things up. I can appreciate that. Would have been better if it was just like, you know, 1, 2, maybe even 3 movies, but oh well. It's reinvigorating Bleach. Like, look, I'm still enjoying it. I'm still enjoying the 1,000-Year Blood War saga, but at the same time, I am not nearly as into it as the other ones. I just don't. I don't know why. The Hell Arc. I did see your. Not your. That's not the word. I was reading 2 messages. I did see the. There was an offshoot anime. Whoa, what is it called? Something about witches. I don't know if there was any crossover. Like, I have it bookmarked in Crunchyroll. I'm not sure how much crossover it has with Bleach. Burn the Witch. Yes. I have not watched any of it yet, so please don't put any spoilers. But offshoot stories like that are cool. I mean, I don't know if that one's good or not because I haven't watched any of it. But you know, actually, this is going to work out pretty well. I'm so happy I saved this phone. Granted, I just can't press too hard, and it won't be the smoothest of transition. But as long as I'm gentle, which I will be, this will work out really well. I just have to get the appropriate depth, and it'll be good. The only downside is that when I'm routing this, it will route the foam as well, so I won't have as much of a ledge to ride on, especially when I get to this other side. So as long as I'm slow and careful, it'll be fine though. There's nothing to worry about. Yes, I remember being in the same universe as Bleach, but not like, it's not Bleach, it's Bleach adjacent, which I'm fine with. I like stuff like that. Like, it doesn't need to have direct crossovers with like Bleach characters and stuff to be good. Like, it can easily stand on its own and still be in the same universe as long as the story doesn't suck and still be awesome. I will take a look at your cosplay page at post-stream that True Prime. Yeah, if you're just actively working on something too, you can always post things on there. Or if you're looking for pointers, or if you start venturing into the realm of wood, I would be more than happy to talk shop and try to assist you with words and instruction as you need it. You don't care because it's not Bleach. I'm pretty sure it got a good rating on Crunchyroll, so I do want to watch it eventually. Okay, so I need to set the height for this. Now that this is taped up appropriately and not going to go anywhere. Question is, what height do I want? That is about 1/4 of an inch off. Which theoretically should be pretty good. I wish I could give y'all like a better angle so you could see what I'm looking at as I'm doing things, but I just do not have things properly set up that way yet. I apologize. If I choose, maybe a little bit more depth would be good. I definitely would not want to go past here though. Because again, the less material I have on here, the less stable it is. All right, let's check again. Yeah, I'll go with that. And then I'll take a look at it. Yeah, so I'll route just this one side. And I'll look at it, see what the depth is, see if I like the look of it. And if I need to go deeper, I'll go deeper. No! That hurts so bad, True Prime. Ugh. I've been collecting wood tools for years. A little over a decade at this point. And I have most of the things I need. There's a few tools here or there that elude me. Mostly ones that are really expensive. At some point, I'd like to buy a bandsaw. But I almost did a little while ago, maybe a year or so ago, but the money was better spent elsewhere. Yeah, losing all that hurts. Which I'm glad I haven't. Yeah. Yeah, but the good thing about woodworking is that you can always, a lot of the tools aren't necessary, it just makes it easier. So, having all the tools that I have, I don't need all the tools. It just makes things a lot easier. Which, is still great. But it's good. Also start off. Why is this tilted like this? I'll have to fix that later. Yeah, it's good to start off doing things the hard way too, because then once you do get the tools, you can appreciate how much easier it is. Man, leaps and bounds. It's a good amount of the tooling I've done so far is literally just shortcuts. Because once you cut out the basic shape with a jigsaw, you could just go ham with the sanding and get the rest of it. But doing stuff with the router and the more fine jigsaw things, and then a grinder and stuff like that, that just greatly reduces the amount of sanding and stuff you need to do. Yeah, plus doing things the hard way gives you the work ethic you need to really make things looking good once you get tools. All right, let me get this one side routed over. me scoot the camera over so you can see what little progress that made. So you know what? I'll just unclamp it. I'll stop being lazy. Just do it that way. Yeah, it really does pay to be good with your hands, though. All right. You can see how helpful the foam board was. It's a very small chamfer. I think I want to take it a little bit deeper, just to give that an easier hand cushion to really wear down these corners a bit. They'll be rounded over too, so even the corners from the chamfer aren't going to be as sharp as they would be otherwise. I definitely want to make that a bit larger though. Because I may have large man hands, but my 11-year-old son does not. So having a bit more of an ease, or an ease over, would be nice. Let's see. I'll dig in about a 16th deeper. Yeah, I got to like keep reminding myself, Potion, that this is for a child and not myself. Whoa. Oh, okay. I know what that was. It was set a little deeper than normal. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. That's much better. Okay. I can't go all the way to the ends because that'll eat into the pommel and the guard. But like this 1/4 inch that's in the way, I'll just have to chisel out. It's not really a big deal. But it is looking much better. And once that's sanded and rounded over, that'll be a really good shape and much easier to grab. Like again, the Canon picture is just completely cylindrical, but I worry about the structural integrity or to make it identical. Oh, he's gonna be Finn from Adventure Time. This is one of Finn's final swords. The picture in the top right. It's called the Night Sword. Contrary to my name, it's like the time of day night. Which is kind of funny, honestly. Nice. All right. Okay, cool. Yes. I actually don't remember a whole lot about the 3rd season of Adventure Time. So I forgot this sword even existed. You know, I'm going to keep this foam board on there for now, just in case I need it. Granted, I have more. But there's not really reason to take it off right away. So I'll leave it on for now. Yeah, but I did really enjoy the show. The 3rd season I enjoyed the least because it just kind of threw everything at you all at once and really went into the deep end. And I didn't completely follow and understand everything, but probably because I'm an old man. Yeah, it's been a long time for me too. Actually, my son hasn't even seen the show. So, like, why all of a sudden he wanted to be Finn from Adventure Time? I don't know. But, still cool. So, I'm down with it. Tiger didn't have any good swords, so could I just, throw one together myself. Yes, it had so much dark lore. It was crazy. And the depth of the characters and stuff was very surprising for a kid show. It's right up there with Steven Universe. All right, cool, cool. Nice. Yeah, that looks much better. All right, let me get this. Yeah, like the signs were definitely there pretty early on, True Prime. But like, how exactly it happened and all that was a pretty big reveal, of course, later on. It's much more comfortable. It'll be even better once it's properly sanded. Oops, whacked my phone. But you can see, knocked all the corners off a good bit. Still got some sanding and stuff to do to make it even smoother, but that's a big improvement. I believe the whatchamacallit has like leather strips, the actual sword, but I don't have any leather strips, so I might just paint the handle brown. I don't know. I don't know yet. Not worried about it. Okay. All right. I was potentially going to chamfer these as well, just to knock out a lot of the corner material I'm not going to need, because these corner bits are going to be cone shaped. Then again, if they're going to be cone shaped, knocking down the corners here might be a little too hefty. Yeah, I'll leave it. I'll save that for the grinder, which is the next part anyway. I will put this off to the side. Yeah, I was thinking about brown duct tape. I don't have any brown duct tape, but it would probably be better than painting overall, because it would stand up more. It would also be cheaper than just like buying leather strips or something like that. So I might just go to like Target or Amazon and buy some brown duct tape. Definitely not a tonight thing to do, as that will probably be like the last step. But if not brown tape, then I'll just paint it. Actually, taping would also be faster and easier. Yeah, you know what, screw it. Brown tape. Brown tape it is. I don't know if Target or Amazon have like leather brown color tape, but yeah, as long as it's close, I'm not too worried about it. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Brew Prime. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, so I have to stop being a baby and start working on the details of this bad boy. So, I mean, there is the blade to worry about as well. But I'm not sure if I want to... I might want to work on the blade shape last. I guess not really for a particular reason. I don't think the order with which I clean things up at this point is going to matter. Because, like, the cones need to be blended into the guard, which is important. So they'll need to be done at the same time as the guard. And then, like, there's going to need to be, like, detail blending in between the handle and the guard, as well as the pommel and the handle. That's not going to be too heavy of a job. So I think it's just working from one part all the way down. So I guess I'll just start on the pommel. That way I can just start the blending process from one side to the other while I'm doing it. The sword, the blade will probably be the largest part of that because this needs to be sanded down to a more blade shape. Because, you know, right now it's all the same, but it's going to need to have like a ridge in the middle and then be feathered down on each side to be more like a blade. Granted, it's not going to be feathered too much down because it still needs to be sturdy enough to exist for a couple hours on Halloween night. But, you know, doesn't matter. True Prime, that is all you need. Like, as long as it works, it works. It doesn't need to be perfect because the brain fills in the gaps. Quite well, in fact. Alright, so before I start blending this into this, and the handle and everything in between, I will draw the lines on the blade. Just so in my head, I know what needs to be done once I reach that part. Let's see. Alright, so this is 2 7/8. So this needs to be about, like, what? 1 7/16. That'll be the middle line. All the way down here, we're at about 1/2 inch. So center line is going to be 1/4 inch, of course. This behemoth. Get this center line on here. All right, that's a good starting point. So this pencil line is just telling me where to start the feather and go out. Gotta draw the same on the other side before I forget, like I did with the guard, and then have to improvise in a fun way. So 1 7/16. then get down here, about 1/4 of an inch. Cool beans, cool beans. All right, that is a good start, or a good center line. Yeah, so that line will tell me like what more or less, where more or less the top of the ridge is going to be for when I start feathering the blade. I got to draw some side lines too, just to know where to stop. Question for those is, how thick should I leave it on the side? It's gotta be strong, so I can't make it too thin, of course. We only got about 1 inch to play with. If I go down about 1/4 of an inch, that should be okay. It does get a bit thinner at the end, which is intentional. Let's see. I definitely don't want it to be thinner than 1/2 an inch. Let me go find a 1/2 an inch piece. This is even thinner than that. This is 1/4 of an inch. Ah, you know, I guess this is a little stronger than I thought. So, okay. So maybe I'm being a little overcautious with the thickness of this guy. I'm underestimating the wood. That's good to know. Alright, I still don't want it to be any smaller than a 1/2 an inch at the point, though. So, what is this? 3/4 of an inch? Also, I don't want the points to be too pointy for obvious safety reasons. I can just come down to this line then. And I think that will be a good overall spot. And there. Yeah, because I'll probably start at an inch thickness here and just feather it down slowly to a 1/2 inch, which is going to be a pretty good amount, but not substantial. Maybe 3/4. I don't know. I think maybe a 1/2 inch would be a little too much. Too much of a difference. Because it'll still have a whole lot of core strength and good thickness. I just gotta stop being a baby and make a decision. That's all. Because this takes 1/8 of an inch off. 3/16 will be 3/8. Yeah, so if I take 3/8 off combined, that might end up being a little bit too much. Yeah, that would take it down to about 3/4 of an inch. Oh, I guess that wouldn't be that bad. That's what I was thinking anyway. Yeah, we'll go with 3/16. 3/16 it is. I gotta stop being a baby. Start doing stuff. Eventually. This is actually a bit too long for this. I need an easier way to make this line. Alright, this one will be almost perfect for this. Alright, cool. You know what? We'll do it this way. We'll lay that down here. Good enough. Large part of crafting anything is just making things work somehow. It's a bit wiggly, but as long as I have a solid-ish line to go off of, I can make it work. Cool beans. All right, I forgot to pencil mark these first. All right, so 3/16. 3/16. Oh, that is not 3/16. My gosh. That pencil line makes no sense. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Much better. Now this needs to go down by 1/8 here. As well as 1/8 here. It'll bring that to 1/2 inch. Excellent. The feathering doesn't have to be too dramatic. It just has to exist. Good. one, or rather 3. And let's get this last one on. I can do all the fun sanding of my dreams. And chiseling and blending. Yay. Alright, cool. Okay, there we go. And just so you see, now I have this line for the ridge on the top, and then these 2 dark pencil lines are where that's going to be feathered into to create the more sword blade shape and look. It doesn't need to be a lot. It just needs to exist to really give the appearance of sword. I'll put this away now. Get this out of the way. No reason to have too many things out and on my bench if I do not need them. Okay, I should be able to put the router away too, because this is routed, this is routed, this is routed as much as it's going to be. I got the pencil line marked out for this. This needs to all be sanded. Yeah, I think the rest is sanding, grinding, and a bit of chiseling for blending in smaller details. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. I do not like a whole bunch of tool clutter. Tool clutter clutters up my already small brain. Oh, there's some goop on here. Must be sap. I'll clean that off with something alcohol later on. Actually, no, if I'm putting it away, I'll clean it off right now. I will forget. I will forget otherwise. Where did my towel go? I don't know. I'll just use a paper towel, screw it. It's only a little bit. Paper towel will hold up long enough. Oh yeah, much better. Cloudy as heck. That's okay. It's best to get sticky stuff like sap and glue and stuff off right away, rather than wait and have it be a hardened mess later on. That is just a pain to deal with. I speak from experience. We'll have to wax that now, just to make sure it's actually usable later on. Da-da-da. Make sure the acetone doesn't hurt the plastic, as well as just making this a smoother surface and trying to use the tool. You do not want sticky tools when you're trying to operate them in any form. It is much more difficult. Excellent. Get a paper towel, make sure that wax is nice and rubbed in. Oh yeah, much smoother. Much smoother. Probably a little too smooth, actually. Gonna have to remember I waxed this next time. Oh yeah. Glides like nothing. Like silk, butter, I don't know, whatever weird comparison you want to make it. Okay. Alright, that's cleaned off. Let's put it away. We don't need it anymore. So it can go back in the bag. I know it's waxed. I know it's cleaned out, so it's not going to be sticky anymore like earlier. And not want to adjust properly. Put my bit in there just to keep it nice and loose and dulled over time because it's knocking on all the other bits that are in there. Alright. Cool. Bits out of the way. Router back where it belongs. Excellent. Alright, that makes that nice and cleaned up. Enough. I think the next part I'm going to need my table for. Because I have no interest in hunting over my workbench if I can sit in a chair instead. Go ahead and get my favorite table out that the missus bought for me. Always a struggle to get these lights out. There we go. Yeah, I really like the feel of it so far. If I get the details on, get paint on, this thing's gonna be awesome. Put that there. This out of the way. Let's see. I'll probably use the edge sander to get most of the material off the blade. I will have to be careful I don't eat into the wood too much, as that will be easy to do. But as long as I do not press too hard and watch my pencil lines, that will not be too big of an issue. The rest of it, I'm going to need to use a chisel, a little baby grinder, and just some hand sanding. Lots of hand sanding. That'll be fun. Lamps here just in case. Not going to need my compass. At least I don't think so. my sweet bamboo pull saw. I won't need that right now. Keep my paint off to the side, as well as this foam board. Gloves. Excellent. All right. That's a pretty good setup. Now I just need a chair. Where's my chair? Use a stool, but that'd be a little bit too low. This chair over here. Yes, I have 2 chairs. One of them is definitely superior to the other. Yeah, this will be a good height. Because this is going to take probably a few hours of sanding, shaping, chiseling. But at least after that, and a couple finishing touches, it'll just be painting. Which I will definitely get to tomorrow. Which is fantastic. Great progress so far. This is not a large scale project that spans like weeks or months or anything like that, which is great. It's refreshing to have smaller projects that are much easier to complete. Because that scratches the creative itch appropriately. Not sure the best position for the camera. Probably me sitting over here instead. Just so you guys would get a better angle. Yeah, I'll do it that way. I gotta work on that one. Also, would help. I had a longer cord. I did order like a 30-foot cord, but then it never showed up. I did not get around to ordering another one. Yeah, this will probably be the best angle for you guys as I'm working on stuff. Yeah, this will be good. I like it. Get my chisel for the corners. Sander out and ready when I need that. Cool beans. Hey, when that happens, are you talking about poor camera angles? Definitely need to work on getting better angles for y'all. Oh, with the Amazon thing not showing up, yeah, that's a pain. There are worse things though. At least if things don't show up, Amazon is pretty good at getting refunds to you. Especially when, you know, people don't take pictures because it's just, well, then they didn't deliver it. So what are we supposed to do? Clearly, I did not get the product. So, give me the refund, Amazon. Okay. All right, that's pretty well and set up. Made lots of routing progress. By lots of, I mean some routing progress. And then some planned out pencil lines. And while this was not a particularly long stream, I think I do need to call it there because it is 1 in the morning. And I need to wake up early in the morning. Do parenting things. Let me bring my phone over here. Yeah. I'll leave my phone holder there so I can read chat actively. Up, up. Definitely a shorter stream than I intended today, but these things happen. At least we got a good plan going. Did make some progress, which is nice. We are well set up for next stream, which I will probably do tomorrow. If not tomorrow, aka Monday night, which is also kind of tonight, it'll be Tuesday night. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I would like to get this done sooner rather than later. So that way it's done before Halloween, and I don't have to think about it because paint takes a couple days to cure, which is kind of annoying. I guess for a Halloween prop, it'll be dry enough after a few hours, technically, because you'll just be swinging around for one night. I just don't want it to be sticky, that's all. So, at least if it's done early this week, you don't have to worry about that. Thanks for the stream. No, thank you for being here in the stream. Yes, only 2 hours tonight. I feel like I should have made more progress for 2 hours, but I talk too much. That's my problem. I talk too much on stream. I'd get done so much more if I didn't talk so much, but it would also be less fun that way. So, oh well. But yeah, thank you all. Made more progress than you. I mean, what are you trying to make progress on? That's relative to the project you're working on there, Toonie. But yes, you all have a lovely night. Thank you for joining me. There will be another stream tonight or tomorrow night, and that'll probably be the last stream for this project, because once I get the sanding done and more of the finer details, it's just going to be paint, and there's no point in streaming 10 minutes of painting. So looking forward to that. That'll be another project well done. And all the painting pictures will be put in Discord as it's going along. So if you're interested, pop in there every couple days and you'll see the finished product once it's done. But yes, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all and your eyeballs and your attention and time and all that. And I will see you next time. Good night. Let's see, where's this button again? There we go. Good night, Twitch. Twitch always goes first. And it's YouTube. Good night, YouTube. You get an extra good night.